Hi, I'm Challie, and I'm the Angel of Love, and welcome to my channel. Thank you for watching. I guess I wanted to talk about the dream space. I wasn't quite sure what this video was about, and it feels like the dream space or the astral realm is part of this. And so I want to share that with you guys because I work and dabble in those realms a lot. One of my gifts is a dream interpreter and a dreamscape worker, I guess. I mean, I work in the astral realms all the time. I know a lot of you do. And it's not something I was like, oh, I want to be a dream worker. Like, no. um, it was something that happened a very long time ago. And so I've navigated these spaces a lot. Mainly in meeting spaces and things like that, working with other people's higher selves. And what I mean by that is that you can have a dream, right? You can go to sleep, you can have a dream where your subconscious is recalling events and helping you kind of sort through them and organize them. Very classic, just dream, right? You could have a sleep where you don't remember your dreams. You could have a sleep where you feel like you're going to other places. And this is kind of where it starts to get a little bit more quantum in that way. And no, I don't have a ton of science to back it up because it's all been experiential for me and a lot of like training and study in terms of my own experience with these things. So then there's the dream style where you're going to a meeting place. Now, this one's cool. I don't know if you've experienced this before. Let me know in the comments. But this is when you are actually, yes, you're dreaming, but it's more than a subconscious dream. You are kind of astral traveling to another spirit location where you can meet up with other people and their higher selves. And most of the time, when this happens for me, I will receive a confirmation in the physical, either the next day or the next few days, that confirms the things that happened in this meeting place. And this is a very conscious version of dreaming. This isn't just lucid dreaming. It's not just going to hang out. It's conscious in the way that like the people that are there and the conversations you're having are definitely for a reason. Do I say, hey, let's meet up there? Not consciously, not necessarily. I don't think that that's it, but I think some people are more willing to work in the spirit realm with me specifically. So we'll have those engagements in the spirit realm. So for instance, maybe you'll meet at a cafe and you'll have a chat, and that chat is very clear. You can recall it as if you were having it in the waking state. And the things that are talked about, or the images that are shown, or the, excuse me, I burped, or the rooms that you're going into, or the things that they're showing you, like all of the scenarios matter in a sense. And then that next few days following that experience, you'll get confirmation about either the conversation you were having, or some of the rooms you were in, or some of the spaces and visuals you were shown. And it's very, very specific to like your meeting with person A, right? You're meeting with person A, and person A is telling you all these things. You're seeing all these things related to them. And then person A, like in the waking state, something about that conversation that you had in the astral realm will be confirmed by person A in the waking state. Whether it's directly or indirectly, it could be through a post or a direct message or a conversation or an action that they take that represents something that happened in the dream. And And again, I guess there's also these things about like, can I call it a dream if we were working? You know what I mean? If we were meeting, it's a meeting space, but I was dreaming when I got connected to that space. So that's kind of where I'm at on that understanding in terms of like figuring out. I'm still looking for language that helps describe some of these astral spaces that I've been in and that I continue to work in. The second place that, or the second type of dream state is not quite a meeting space, but you're going to alternate versions or alternate realities of yourself. Now, I know this sounds crazy, whatever. I've seen it, I've experienced it. Now, in this particular instance, I've had to use similar things to like a totem. If you've watched Inception, the movie, they have something that helps them understand if they're in a dream or not. I sometimes look at my hands to see if I can recognize that they're my hands or if I'm in a different body, those kinds of things. Typically, when this happens, I recognize that I'm in my body. But in this space, I'm usually with people that seem very familiar or actually look the same as the people that are in my life right now, but we'll be in a completely different environment. And I know it sounds very similar to a dream, but it's usually like we're doing something. And because me, original person, right? I'm calling this version of me the original person because I'm the one speaking and talking about me traveling. So, me going into that alternate version of myself, I will use my own intellect or wording to kind of say a thing to people in that space. And they might look at me a little weird. Like, oh, like, why are you saying that? But it's because person person B of me in this space, the person I'm embodying, wouldn't say that. Like, they understand the dynamic, so they wouldn't say, oh, like, why are we going here? Like, it's something that we all know that we would go to this thing, but because I'm not from this reality, I'm like, oh, why are we doing this? So I'm asking weird questions and they're responding weirdly to me. And this has happened a few times where I've been in experiences, and sometimes I know not to say something too wild, like so out of pocket, like, oh, I can't believe we're doing this, when we're doing something that seems very normal in that reality. And it could be something simple, like just how we're about to host, a barbecue or something. But the setup is weird and like all of these things are so strange. And I'm getting calls while I'm recording. So to say like, oh, what are you doing? What is this for? Like, why are we doing it this way? Would be so obvious that I am not from there, that it felt almost like not dangerous, but it felt like not the place to say it. You know what I mean? Just a little bit of discernment of like, I'm going to read the room and just like go with the flow here. But it was definitely an alternate reality. Those are cool. They actually don't happen as often, which is fine by me. I don't know if I like actually really like those versions as much. They're cool, but they're so trippy sometimes that it's just like a lot. You know what I mean? But there's another version of that where it's called a simulation to me. Like the way people say this is a simulation, it's kind of like that. You'll go into a simulation and you'll get to work through one of these like scenarios, concepts, issues that you might be having in your waking state. And you get to go into a simulation and you get to work it out by going through a scenario and trying to fix it. And I think this is where lucid dreaming can kind of overlap, because you can go into a scenario and you can control the outcome, right? You're controlling whether you fly and do this or whether you jump and do that or whether you open this door or not. But this is definitely more spirit work than it is like dream travel exploration. Because in these simulations, you're usually working on something that either subconsciously you have blocked or you've been mulling about, and you'll get to do the simulation over and over, and you get to make choices that help you figure out the best way to complete said simulation. And sometimes that goes into like a recurring dream aspect. And I wouldn't say that's a regular dream. It is regular in terms of its frequency. It probably happens a lot, but I wouldn't call it regular in terms of just a subconscious recall, because it's a little more lucid and active and focused and specific than just letting your subconscious sort through thoughts and give you images to kind of help you understand an idea. So let me know if you're curious to hear more about dreams. I mean, I could go on and on about this. But yeah, I just wanted to share a little bit about some of the dream work and dream aspects that I experience. So I am curious to know if you guys experience any of this or if you're interested in this at all. Again, I am excited to bring you more videos. So anything you can do to help my channel would be amazing. Like, comment, or subscribe. And I will talk to you all soon. Thanks for watching.